There's nothing quite like relaxing under a rainbow right next to my favorite mushrooms. What a life! It truly is the greatest thing. Welcome back to Daniel Rambles. This is me lying in bed, getting ready for sleepy time, or I would if not for filming with the crew, because that's what we do. Joy, Paulo, uh, Janine, Matt, me. But right now I'm lying in bed to just relax a little bit, take a little breather, and continue moving forward because we just had our late night eating time and we're trying to hammer this out. And, it's important to take some psychological breaks every now and again when your mind and your body are just being taxed by life. You put forth all this effort and then it needs to take a little bit back, a little bit of resting. And that's how we got to where we are. Me rambling in bed, relaxing before the next series of takes. But the reason I'm talking about this mainly is because life will not always be gifting you the momentum and enthusiasm that would be optimal. Which is why occasionally it's important to, take a breather, take a rest, meditate, do some yoga, read a book, do whatever it is that brings you back to some form of control or some form of autonomy. Because if we're constantly just reacting to the past as we move forward into the future and we just let this taxation of our emotions proceed, then eventually we're going to end up burnt out. And that is not a good thing to allow to happen. Because when we burn out, our impulse control goes down, we start eating a bunch of unhealthy food, drinking unhealthy drinks, participating in activities that do not have us sustain our survivability. And then we just become these little slugs that are barely getting by because all of the foundations that had us participating in life in a functional way have been removed, and then all that's left is a slowly crumbling down. Or at least that's how it's been for me in life, because I'll sometimes devote too much time and effort towards one project, become exhausted, and eventually just crumble, or devote too much time to a certain exercise regimen, and then I'll get injured because I don't take rest days, etc., etc., etc. So, listen to your mind, listen to your body, take the rests, but do not give up. Because when we give up, it's another form of affirmation that says that we do not need to do this thing. Sure, sometimes it's important to just step away and recognize that this may not be the thing for me, but avoiding giving up when it feels like it's too hard is a very important aspect of life. Because it's when things are the hardest that we're growing the most, because it's challenging us to evolve into another superior version of ourselves. So, that's my ramble for today. Time to go continue filming, and toodles.